Yo, there were literally multiple times I've just been rewatching gameplay over and over, waiting for any new news on Miresi, and there were bits and pieces that revealed more and more info. And so I hope that by the end of this video, you can find something that you didn't know before. This format's a little messy, so please bear with me, because I'm just gonna go over the gameplay with you and hope it, I don't know, it's helpful. And of course, all gameplay footage I use in this video will be linked in the description so you can check out those channels. But there's something I wanna really zoom in on here. So we first start off in the normal stage, but look what happens. Bam. A stun is gonna go out, and everyone gets stunned except Tiara. Except Tieria, might be. She's the main waifu, so I should be getting that right. But pay attention to everyone's icons. Look, Itsuka looks to be an assassin. Ende is a healer because she has a red cross. And then there's sword markers over Lemon. What is that? A crossbow over Niu, and a shield over Tieria. She was the only one who didn't get stunned. But look, they changed the icons. Now, Niu looks to be more of a magnifying glass. I can't even speak. Lemon is a crossbow. Tieria has the shield. What's it called? Ende has the red cross. And Itsuka has the assassin symbol. Damn, I need to drink some fucking water. That water tastes like ass. Funny enough, a small change they made since the previous closed betas is they increased the recommended power and the current power from 5,000 to 10,751 over 5,000. So I wonder if they're also going to have a similar power penalty system as Nikke. This game really does not look like it's going to have a idle type system where it just doesn't fit the game's themes and even like the pacing of things. I would see it more as a stage-based energy system, if anything. But that is definitely interesting. I hope it's more of a recommended power than, yeah, it's recommended, but you need it. But again, I want to draw attention real quick back to the icons themselves. Ende has a cross, if you guys could see that. Itsuka, the hood, which is an assassin. Lemon, Niu, but Tieria has the shield, and it's green. And these colors come into play. And the match starts, and this actually made me freak out once I looked at it again. Look at this. Brother, I cannot believe what I saw when I saw this. Bro, pull him. Pull her. Use a skill, dude. Are you serious? Use a skill. Are you serious? Look. Win Turbine Syndrome area. 2 turns. Pull, ally, and enemy. Brother, this is freaking insane. Now, our allies will get HP recovery and HP-based shield. But the fact that you could pull enemies and allies... The devs have said in an interview that basically the enemies play by the same rules that you do.
The inspiration came from the fact that there are a lot of games that combine real-time and turn-based gameplay. However, when you use a skill, it always activates immediately, and the result is immediate, and real-time is really real-time. That's a real disadvantage. So, this version was created with rules that allow you and your opponent to fight under the same rules. So, you can see the opponent's moves, and yours is originally visible to the enemy. However, because the enemy's targeting or measuring range and direction is omitted, it feels like only we can see them. For example, it's a turn-based game where you can play both turns simultaneously, with the concept of playing both long-term moves simultaneously. So this enemy, if you could see it, it's a purple shield in the top left, so it would be qualified as a tank, which probably means it's going to be nullified to shield effects, because again, Tieria with the shield did not get stunned. She was the only one who did not get stunned. If we play it through, everyone got stunned except her, and I don't know if that means tanks are just straight immune or if they have a higher resistance to getting it procced on them. It's still very fascinating nonetheless. Also, I didn't really talk about it, but I love this little interaction here in the top right between the characters. I hope new characters continue to have that because little stuff like that is really cool. Characters are about attack. Itsuka's turn is coming up first. She's an assassin. Bam. Everyone gets stunned. And Tieria is the slowest, most likely to being a tank right after Ende. Tieria is the last. And everyone gets their turn skip except her. And it even made me, think like, okay, this is really cool. Can you put a certain unit in a certain position? And another thing, it shows who's going to be targeted in the top right. So I was even thinking, could there be units that taunt enemies? So you could position them in another place, like say out here, and then position Tieria to get ready to pull her. But I know there's turn speed. So would there be able to be characters that could guarantee it's in time? It's just so much to think about.
Of course, there's a typical break system. If we go back just a bit, it's attack-based damage and also entropy damage. Most of these skills do entropy damage, which is most likely the break bar, which is what that affects. If we dive into the classes, though, Tierra, despite being a tank, she's more of a self-buffer and a puller. She's not really a front line. And even the magnifying glass, she seems to be a debuffer, if anything, because this skill has a knockback and it, of course, does entropy damage. But if we scroll all the way back to Neo's ult, what it does is it actually seems to be a debuff, if I can find it. Of course, Ende, really cool utility with the HP recovery and attack speed up. So that's cool even as a starter unit that she's going to be, that she also has utility instead of just healing. So she can actually probably scale a bit better, even if it only does last one turn. Add that on top of Tierra's ult that is, increases her attack speed, defense, and I'm pretty sure attack. That's pretty nutty.
Oh, God, it's so good. So good.
And see, look, this is where I really see with the magnifying glass, attack-based damage and defense down. So the magnifying glass might be more of a support class, which is really interesting. Either buffers or debuffers, and it looks like they're leaning more towards debuffer, but this is only one of the magnifying glass, if we could call it that. And of course, her normal secondary skill, as opposed to her third ultimate, is a knockback, which is cool. And Lemons just seems to be just, as a ranger, just damage and entropy damage as well. And though, funny enough, it does do attack down, which is certainly helpful against the boss, which is really cool. Now, here's where I freaked out, though, and you can really see it come into play. This person here uses Wind Turbine Syndrome, and look who it pulls. I think she tried to pull the Itsuka, but it was right there, and look who gets pulled instead. The enemy gets pulled over to Tierra. That is so cool. In this class, it has the green magnifying glass, so it's probably a buffer like Niu. I say that here because if we put it all the way back to this section, with the enemies playing by the same rules, a magnifying glass, a shield, an assassin, these are all class types. Imagine you have the setup and you have Tierra maybe not pulling an enemy, but pulling the healer in the back, or pulling a ranger in the back. Of course, Itsuka could just dash to them, or of course there's the commander skill that could stun them, but there's so much possibility. Would Tierra pulling them maybe pull them out of position so it would just miss? There's so much ideas and thoughts that can happen with this gameplay system, and even adding hazardous environments, different maps, and cool things like that, I think would be freaking fantastic. Dude, holy curse words, because right now we confirmed 5 classes: the buffer or debuffer, which could be Niu, Tierra, Ende, which would be the healer, the assassin, the ranger. That's 5. But what the hell is this thing? We haven't seen that. It looks to be a mage, which that's 6 classes, which also shows that there could be more. More and more just keeps being found. And now we come to the final video, which got me the most excited. Of course, I found this by putting the game in the search engine in Korean. So shout out to this channel, Green Glasses Gaming. And I really liked his playthrough because he didn't really talk much. He was just playing the game, experiencing the systems. And I know one thing he rather did enjoy, he even made a timestamp of it, was just Lemon's interactions with Niu, which I really hope they continue to do that in the game. But now that we're on the boss fight, the single thing that made me the most excited is right here. When he pulled this up, I haven't seen any other content creator do this. It's in the top right. It looks like he clicked. And bam, red beats green, green beats blue, blue beats red. An elemental system. And I know that's nothing crazy, but hold on, let me put this in the chat GBT to find out what the fuck this says. All right, I got the translation, and it says, in the name up top is attribute affinity bonus or elemental advantage bonus. The left side, of course, the red element, green element, blue element. Right side, yellow and purple. Bro, this is a light and dark elements. This is insane. So when attacking an enemy with an elemental advantage, you get a critical rate plus 10%, damage plus 20%. And when attacking an enemy with an elemental disadvantage, you do damage minus 30%. Bro, having dark and light units, I was wondering, will this game have pilgrim units? It's too soon to say now, but even the video by Jet XC, where he has a new character, I'm like, oh shoot, that's kind of looking like Ende. It's a little bit thicker, but shoot, will they have pilgrim units? Units that are usually a bit stronger, or just a bit rarer and harder to obtain, which the boss is the purple element or the dark element. So all the characters just do equal damage, but no really bonus damage to him, which is so fascinating with how it could change the landscape of the game. Add to the fact, if we really look at the classes, of course, this is the earlier AGS, same thing, version, where the icons are different. I wonder, are there going to be new classes, or did they just change the symbols? It's so fascinating in the gameplay, the level of depth and complexity to it. Even just finding out, wait a minute, T-Area can pull enemies and allies? Wait a minute, the enemies also have classes? Holy shit, there's a light and dark element? So, sorry for the profanity, but I'm just so damn excited because, you know, it was all in plain sight this whole time. So I am hyped. Subscribe if you want to, or don't if you don't want to. But, you know, trying to get to 100 subs to get to the creator program. So, yeah, that's that. This game is so freaking dope. I hope they make it good because I'm really interested.